do, so I figured I'd get a little Western. I made it home. Come on, Piper. Come on. Anyway, so me and Piper, we figured we'd do a little live stream from the drive-in. Come on. Come on. Oh. Get in. Get in. Piper. Come on. Good girl. Here. Anyway, I don't know if this will turn out, but I get signal and show what it's like for a riverboat captain after 46 days, I think I counted up, and what it's like. Hold on. There. What it's like getting home, because everybody talks about the schedule, about like being on the boat and the schedules. I'm gonna do this. I think I can hear. I'm not gonna be driving, but I'm wide awake, and Piper was up, and we decided to go wash the truck because we live in Oklahoma City, and there's car washes that are open 24/7. So we did that, and how's the lighting? Let me do this. I've got some better view options, I think. Hold on, let me do this. Piper's gonna help. She'll start barking in a second. If she knows the camera's on, she'll start barking at it. She doesn't like she hates when I turn the camera on her. But I think we'll do. Let's see, how's that gonna work? There, and then we can do that. I need to keep the light on for. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, I don't know how the signal is. There's a few people watching the replay of it. It's kind of what I hope, folks, because it's a weird hour. Sorry. I'm trying to get this set up, y'all, with a decent angle. It's gonna work. Yeah, there. Good morning. I got in. I don't know. It's significant. It's something that I've been dealing with as I get older. There. As I get older and getting off the boat and such. I'm particular, y'all. On the replay, I wish I could edit, but that's the reason I'm doing it like this, so I don't have to edit. I can just do it like that. And, yeah. I don't know, I just want to get it on. I want to document it. I got off the boat today, and I drove cross country, basically. Let me tell everybody how the day went. How my day went. Are you gonna listen, Piper? Come here. You can listen. I know. Okay. It's Easter, so she's got Easter egg bows in her ear. We spoil a dog. Getting off a boat, you get after about 45 days or so, and you work 6 hours on, 6 hours off. I woke before my alarm went off for 47 days straight. Every 12 hours. And it's just, I enjoy my job, but I really want to show kind of some of the real part of it, because this is the real part of it. There's number one, trying to get back in shape because you're setting 12 hours. My back got messed up a lot because I was setting, propping my feet. I've got pictures. I used to post pictures all the time with me driving a boat with my feet kicked back. That's not great to do on your back if you do that 12 hours. You do it over a long period of time. We eat really well on the boat. I've showed that. We have excellent cooks, and that's great if you work on deck and you're working that off. Those cooks on those boats load those guys down with protein and carbs, and that's great. I've seen heavy set men. The mate that I worked with this trip, Raymond, I worked with him when he first started on the line boat. Raymond's gonna kill me. I can't remember. It's been a couple of years. He's been over about 2 or 3 years, and I just remember thinking, that kid, he moves a little slow. Long and short, he's an older fella, in his 30s, and he was out of shape. He'd been working fleets or something. I don't know. Anyway, Raymond's in shape, and he's got a good cook, feed him good food, lots of protein, lots of carbs. And I saw Raymond this trip, and Raymond's jacked, y'all. He's a heavy set boy. He's got a big boy body, but he's in good shape. I seen him throwing wires. I can see those guys. I had some guys that worked with me this trip that were really good, man. Towards the end of this trip, when Raymond got on, Wesley and Raymond, yeah, man, those are top notch mates. They got it done. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Getting off a boat, it's such a stress release. I mean, even if it's a great trip, which mine was, but I was pushing miles the past 4 or 5 days. That's another thing. I mean, what we anticipated and what we did, we shaved off about 6,000 gallons of fuel and about a day and a half running northbound by the time I got off. And it wasn't, I'm not going to sit here and say that was all me. That was me. I didn't listen. The last few watches, I turned my phones off. I mean, I wasn't even listening to music. I was just staring at my sounder and my marks and all that. And that was for about 2 days when we really started seeing what the kind of time we were making. Then it became a race. And the only thing we're racing is just getting north. You're just trying to get north as fast as you can. And I was racing to get further north to where I could get off closer to home, or closer drive to home the further north I get. Anyway, now I'm getting tired. I knew if I started live, but I kind of want to document this. The pressure release and the stress relief of getting off. I mean, when you really push it and you work real hard, and then for that consistency, that's the thing. You can't just go out and have one great day. I mean, and that's the other thing. You're allowed a bad day now and again, but now and again a bad day. Every other day, you're consistent pushing, and after you get off, there's a stress release, and then plus just that the front watch position. Man, if you take that job real serious, it is going to be stressful. I mean, I know guys that don't really take it serious and they kind of half-ass it. They want the title of captain, but they don't want to do the job. That's it. And some of them don't realize the stress of running a good boat. But we had a lot of issues this time that we had to overcome. And I had a crew that came together and we did it, and seriously, man, I figured up about, from what I anticipated from when we left Baton Rouge to when I got off. I'm slipping now. 4 or 5 days running, but it was less than a week running. I mean, it was 4 days. I'll go back through my videos and see when it was. But we shaved a day and a half off in every bit of 6,000 gallons of fuel. I mean, that's what me and the chief were figuring. And y'all know the price of fuel right now, diesel fuel, green diesel. I don't know what it is. I think it's farm diesel. That's what it is. It's like that ruby red, I think. That was what they used to call it. And it's over $3 a gallon. So, and that wasn't me, man. I mean, that was me. I was the captain, but I had a crew busting their butt. Now, that said, we had an incident. I mean, I don't know about going public on this, but nobody got hurt. It wasn't that type deal. We lost some equipment. And the equipment cost, it was a significant amount of money. And I told the crew, I told them, I said, look, I'm going to take the heat from the office on this because y'all need your butt chewed. And we did. Trust me, those guys walked with their head hung low because they knew they let me down. And they let themselves down. It wasn't about, they let themselves down. It was a mistake, just, one of those freak things. It wasn't an accident, like I said. It was basically we lost some equipment. and it was negligence. Well, one thing I told the guys, I was like, if we've got a northbound run, I'm going to be on here for about another week. I'm going to take the heat on this. First of all, my first instinct was not even to mess with it. Let Cap Mike, the regular captain, deal with it. Just go home. But man, those guys busted their butt for me, and I couldn't leave them hanging. So I told them I'd take the heat. Man, I'm telling this on live. I mean, I think it's good to tell though. They busted their butt. They knew. I mean, Raymond, the mate, he was like, "So you're gonna just take it out of my check?" I said, "No, it don't work that way, Raymond. It don't take." It was a mistake. But I even when I told the office, I let them know what happened exactly. But I also let them know that it was a lot of people. It wasn't a one person type deal. It was a crew mistake. Everybody, me and Bob, it was a crew mistake. Everybody played a part in losing the equipment that we lost. So in one way or another, the way I broke it down, even I did, and I didn't even see it. But I told them, I was like, when I talked to the office, I let them know what happened. I was honest with them. I was straight. It's something you can't hide. People push it off. That was my first instinct, to push it off, but I didn't. And I want to tell the reason I'm telling is the reason it worked out, man. I think but I told the office that it wasn't a fire and a fence. These guys didn't need to be fired. I said, look, they got their butt chewed. Who's going to call? What do we need to do about this? And really, nobody needs their butt chewed, because these guys are busting their butt. And they were still, man, they were busting their butt getting in and out of them fleets as quick as we could, and doing it safely and very efficiently. I don't like saying safe and fast. I like saying efficient. But I told them what I said. I said, look, exactly what I told the office. It's not a fire and a fence. Y'all aren't going to get fired. They're not going to make you pay for the equipment that you lost. But, man, if you y'all bust your butt and show that you're worthy, you know what I'm saying? And these guys were. That was what's so disappointing. It was towards the end of a trip where they had really came through for me, and then just let your guard down. And luckily, it wasn't an issue. Like I said, it was a loss of equipment. Nobody got hurt, but it was people letting their guard down. And I'm rambling, y'all, but this is part of it. That stress release. And trying to stay focused on this story. I told them exactly what, they didn't worry about the job, but I also told them, I said, look, man, we changed the way we did it. We had a meeting where we all rectified the mistake. Everybody knew it was negligence. We changed the way we did it. Everybody knew that they messed up. And I told them, man, I said, look, guys, I mean, they knew. It was the unsaid things. They knew I covered their butt. I didn't cover their butt. I took the fire, and that's what I told them. I said, I'm going to take the fire, and that's a captain's responsibility. Man, like I said, my first instinct was not to even mess with it, just push it off on Captain Mike. But those guys came together they were dedicated to getting it done and getting it. After that, it was the release. Number one, they were freaked out they were going to lose their jobs, and they stressed over it for about 24 hours before I told Raymond. I said, Raymond, don't worry about this. Let's get the stuff done. They busted their butt, man. Number one, you could tell, man, they felt good that I did something for them, man, and it felt good to me. It felt good to them, and I don't want to make it like I was some, more than what it was. I was doing my job. Damn, that sounds like I'm accepting the hero award. Oh my God. It's so hard to be humble and be a captain, and you have to have this crazy confidence to do what we do. You can't I second guess stuff, but it's instantaneously and the decision's made, and you do it. That's just the way it is, decisive. And then you get off the boat, and number one, people don't know you're the captain. We're captain of the boat. You're not important. You're another person. You blend in and you become another person. And when I come home, it's even more so, because my kids aren't impressed with me at all. You know, they they've grown up with me. I mean, anybody that has kids and people back home grow up with me. They've watched me grow and they've seen all my mistakes, and you know, it's kind of humbling. I mean, it brings me back down. But it takes time. Let me just say that. That's why me and Piper are out, because I have this built up, you know, it's just a stress release, and then I take the filters off. I come home, and there's just a lot of emotion. There's a lot of you know, anger directed at people, at loved ones. Is, man, it's just, oh, mm. And it's little triggers. And don't get me wrong, I'm not. It's not not some abusive husband. It's just, you know, man, we get in snappy little arguments about stupid stuff. You know, I hadn't seen her in 45 days, my wife, and you snap off, and that's the way it is. It's not just her. I stop and get some, you know, you notice that you're a little edgy towards people, and the sleep's messed up. Hard to get in a sleep schedule. I'm too tired. I like to come home and hopefully go to bed, you know, right when I get home, but I couldn't, and I was awake at, yeah, anyway. Long and short, it's just hard to do this. The readjustment period. It takes me, used to it take me a week, but that was just, I figured that was excuses. And as I went on, I tried to do a 48-hour water fast before I got off, because I have no idea. I was wanting to get down. I wanted to get down to 240, and I was at 255, and I knew if I just didn't eat for about the last 2 days, I could get back. I could get down. That's that wrestler mentality, you know, losing weight. But 240 was my goal weight, and I knew I had just a lot of bloat and stuff. And I figured if I eat right and not eat. Anyway, I tried a 48-hour fast. I made it 24 hours, but then I kind of just have really been not doing too much since then. But I take medications, blood pressure meds, and just, you know, thyroid meds. I don't know. I don't really want to put all my meds out there. It's nothing crazy. It's most of it. It's a lot less than what most 52-year-old men my age take or should take. A lot of it's just blood pressure, or, you know, stuff, maintenance meds. But a lot of that you can't take on an empty stomach, or you can, but it kind of bothers your stomach. So this is a rambling ass live stream. Anyway, the stress of me trying to, you know, get in shape, lose weight, all this stuff, look good when I get home, and then your sleep schedule's thrown off, and, you know, you're live streaming from the Western or Winchester Theater. But the thing I want to say is, I drove cross country, and man, everybody is watching, and get off social media, number one, as I'm doing this. But my YouTube's the only thing I'm doing. I'm getting off all my social media, because it's just, I got on there the other day just once, and I snapped off on a guy that watches my videos for no reason. He said something I disagreed about. They were, you know, on his feed, and it popped up on Facebook, and I'm arguing with a guy that I don't know, but likes my videos. Stupid. And that was when I decided, well, I'm deleting all that stuff and getting off there, because I watched the Social Dilemma, and it is, man, it's just icky. So unless I'm getting a paycheck for it, I'm not going to be on social media. I got too much stuff to do. And here's the other thing: anybody wants to, everybody needs people to work. There are so many jobs available. Ever worried about this? You know, I don't know. We're talking about a recession and all this. There are jobs everywhere. I live in Moore, Oklahoma, and what's crazy to me is I watch some of the news, and I watched some of the news on YouTube from Channel 4 and Channel 9 when I was on the boat, and it was a lot of, you know, crazy stuff. 4 people killed doing this, blah, blah, blah. It was a bunch of crazy stuff, and if you watch it, you get a bad view. I'm on Western, where supposedly it's one of the, you know, as you head in towards the city, me and Piper were going to go check out the homeless and see if there was a homeless problem. I can't, you know, I know there are some roaming around, but here's my point. Those folks, if they're homeless around here, we need to really help them, because either they've got mental problems and they need, and you know, mentally disabled. I don't know how I didn't say that right, but special needs. There's a lot of special needs people that are homeless, and that's a problem. I understand the West Coast, where they talk the big numbers, but in the city I've seen some, and there's opportunities, man. There's opportunities. They can't get people to, these big new convenience stores. Like, there's everybody's needing workers, and there's no reason that anybody that is able to work could find a job. It was stunning as I was driving across from when I got off in Helen and driving here, and I come across I-40, and I stopped a couple of times, and it's the same thing. Business is good. The roads are packed with semis moving stuff. The ports are. I've never seen it so busy down south of New Orleans. Business is good, folks. I mean, that's really my thing. I got 12 folks and 4 thumbs up. Maybe they'll watch this on a replay, this ramble. I don't know. I feel good. I couldn't sleep. I wanted to show the Western one. I'm going to go to a drive-in theater tomorrow. Piper's already give up on me. Piper, give up. She's tuckered. All right. And I just felt, talking about the stress relief of getting off the boat, man, it's a lot of stress. And if you don't really stress, some of these wheelmen I know some wheelmen that hate their job, number one. I know guys that, I don't know, man. Used to it was more of when I was a younger pilot, the stresses were just situational at the time. I was worried I was going to, hit this or do that and all that. Now then, it's just, I know that stuff, so there's no excuse for any of that. So you have to stay, to be a really good top-notch pilot, man, it takes you have to it's just, there's no break. There's no break when you're working. That's why I have so much respect for some of those guys that ride all those crazy days, man. I'm impressed with that. I'm not impressed with the size of toe they got, this, that, and other. I'm impressed with these guys that can do it consistently every day and make miles. I mean, that's the thing. And I'm talking a lot of this stuff is like these dry cargo runs that we have. It's a lot of empty stuff northbound and loaded southbound. It's a little bit different running these oil tows, but when they're kind of on a schedule, they have more scheduled stuff, whereas ours is, unless they tell us to slow down, like in some of those rock runs where they're trying to wait with the quarry times and stuff. But in the dry cargo and the grain run, woo, it's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. And the grain moving out this early in the season, all the grain coming out is stunning. It's shocking. If the prices of corn and all that, I don't know, man. If I understand supply and demand the way I do, they're clearing the elevators out. They're clearing all the storage bins out. I mean, everything's getting cleared out because we're hauling a lot of grain early. And the first boats are just getting up north. Yeah. I think I needed to explain what's going on the river. Yeah, me and Piper decided to come down. This is probably about 3 miles. I'm 3 miles down Western that way, is where and more is where I live. So, and there's no traffic. So, I remember seeing the Western had opened back up. So, me and Piper figured we'd take a little road trip in the middle of the night, early morning, and do this. And I think there's a Denny's on the way back. I might grab me no. I'm gonna go home and fix some coffee. That's what I'm gonna do. And Ro will be up here in about another 2 hours, so I can do some laundry. And then I'll sleep all day, y'all. That's the life of a towboater. That's the life of a towboater. Any folks that watch this back, like wives and stuff, y'all get it, man. Y'all get it. We're tough to deal with. We're tough to deal with. And she's got to go to work. She's a director of special ed at Brink Elementary. It's in Moore, in the Moore school system. But she's not elementary, junior high. She's got junior high kids that special needs, and she's a director of all the special needs. But she's got the really, the Down syndrome and stuff. The great kids, man. They're unreal. She's got an autistic young boy that is something else. He's pretty neat. Anyway, I'm getting tired, y'all. I kind of did what I wanted to do. Business is good, man. If anybody's needing jobs, the jobs are out there. There's jobs everywhere. Everywhere. Everybody's needing workers. Everywhere. And good jobs. Man, there's a 7-Eleven across from a Casey's here in Moore, and a beautiful, brand new, this big, it was shuttered. There was nothing, it wasn't open, and there's 7-Eleven across the way, and I asked them what's up, and they said they can't get people to work there. They're closed at 10 o'clock every night. And I was like, I thought, well, how come you don't? And I was thinking in my head, I didn't say it, but as I was stepping out, I said, 7-Eleven y'all got benefits? And she said, oh, yeah. So they're good paying jobs, man. I mean, with benefits. There's no excuse for anybody saying that they can't find work. You might have to make a change. You might have to leave where you're at. But, man, my state's doing it right. Oklahoma's doing something right, y'all. They're doing something right. I don't really agree with everything the governor does. He's a little dipshit, but yeah, I'm not gonna get political. It's great, man. I love my state. Everything's going good. Time to go to the house. Popper, hey, you ready to go? You ready to go? You ready to go home? You ready to go home? You ready? You show your bows. Show your bows. Show your bows. Let me see. What? All right. My hunting dog. See, that's what we like her. She's a golden doodle. Shotguns don't scare her, so I'm thinking this next dove season, but we'll have to shave her down for that, but then we can get her pretty like a poodle too. So she's a golden doodle. And she's built like more like a small, she's thick chested and she's really athletic. She's built more like a golden retriever, and she's a water dog. She loves swimming, so we're gonna see how she does this dove season. We'll shave all her. Well, no, we'll trim her, not shave it all, but we'll trim her hair down for hunting season. What? 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 Tell me. Are you ready to go?